Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jamaica tomorrow. And we would like to welcome you. Please rise if you can for the national anthem. Please, could we stand?
Our national anthem represents the beauty, pride, strength, and resilience of Jamaica and our people. My name is Ziggy Marley. Please stand while we honor Jamaica, our culture, and our history.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very exciting time at the AC Hotel. This is Innovation 101. My name is Prince Graham Haynes from the University of Technology.
And I'm Javanique Darby from the Amber Group. And tonight, we're flipping the switch on a new chapter in Jamaican innovation, and we're thrilled that you're here to witness it.
So allow me to do a warm welcome to our distinguished guests. Senator, Ambassador, the Honorable Audrey Marks, Minister of Efficiency, Innovation, and Digital Transformation, Senator, Dr. the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, Minister of Education, Skill, Youth, and Information, Ambassador Dushyant Savadia, founder and CEO of Amber, Dr. Kevin Brown, President of the University of Technology, Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, Managing Director, Hart NSTA Trust. Other distinguished guests, CEOs, innovators, educators, students.
To our industry leaders, investors, educators, and bright-eyed students in the room, you are the heartbeat of Jamaica's tech future. Tonight is more than a ceremony. It's the launch pad for projects that can change the future of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Over the next hour, you'll see how artificial intelligence is moving from buzzword to hands-on reality, and you will be able to experience it hands-on. So, get ready for live demos, inspiring speakers, and a few surprises.
So,
let's ignite Jamaica's AI revolution together. So, to set the tone for this evening, it is my pleasure to introduce a leader who not only steers the University of Technology, UTech, towards cutting-edge research and national impact, but also exemplifies the fusion of innovation and service. He is Dr. Kevin Brown, the president of the University of Technology, Jamaica. Dr. Kevin Brown Yes, give him a round of applause. Dr. Kevin Brown was appointed as the 5th president of UTech in September 2023. With over 18 years of experience in academia and the aerospace industry, Dr. Brown has been a leader in complex aerospace structural system designs, transport systems, and engineering materials. He previously served as the technology project lead at Rolls-Royce, overseeing global teams and strategic initiatives. A published researcher and patent holder, Dr. Brown has also led high-value technology programs in collaboration with top universities. As an alumnus of UTech, Dr. Brown holds a master's and PhD in mechanical engineering from the University of Nottingham. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Dr. Kevin Brown as he comes to the stage.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Let me also acknowledge Chief Justice Brian Sykes and Dr. Kevin Blake, our police commissioner, our technology police commissioner. So I'm sure he's excited to be here for this launch event. It's good to have you here. I also wish to add to the acknowledgements our Deputy President for UTech, Professor Shermaine Barrett. I see also our Vice President and Registrar, Marian Brown, and our Pro-Chancellor and National Treasurer, Alric McNabb. I also want to acknowledge all of the members of the UTech faculty and staff. In particular, let me acknowledge Dean Professor Sean Thorpe, who has been integral in bringing together this National AI Lab that we will be launching today. Students, other special guests, I know we have our ministers here, Minister, the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, and our newly minted Minister, Ambassador, the Honorable Audrey Marks, the Minister of Efficiency, Innovation and Digital Technology. Our partners at heart, Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, Managing Director, and other members in the audience. Thank you so much for being here today. It is my honor to join in welcoming you to this historic moment in our nation's history. The University of Technology is honored to be a partner with AMBER, the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, and the HEART NSTA to establish Jamaica's first national state-of-the-art AI lab. Now, I was speaking at an event recently, and they asked me to come and speak about AI, and I kind of decided to change my script a bit, and I'm looking at my comms team because I do that more often than not. And I felt the urge to speak about the fact that as we enter this AI revolution, it was my strong desire that we should not just be a consumer of this technology, but we should also participate in the development of this technology. We should be contributing to the development of AI. And what we're hoping to see in the coming months and years is that we will be producing our own DeepSeek and our own AI search tools and generative technologies, our own forms of machine learning. So the signing of the MOU today marks a very transformative step forward. It affirms a united commitment to innovation, national advancement, and a shared vision for a digitally empowered Jamaica. This initiative marks the beginning of a strategic collaboration that will accelerate our economic transformation and cement Jamaica's leadership in AI-driven solutions within the Caribbean and globally. The National AI Lab will serve as a vibrant hub of creativity and a center of excellence, It will bring together developers, researchers, entrepreneurs, and students who will be empowered to work together to generate ideas, nurture talent, and solve real-world challenges through cutting-edge technology. Just imagine all the challenges that we face currently as a society, including climate change. How do we prepare for climate change? How do we solve the many other societal challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis? This ambitious undertaking would not be possible without a shared vision and an unwavering dedication to our partnership. And I want to take the time now to express my sincere gratitude to the Amber Group, led by visionary Ambassador Dushyant Savadia. Amber has been committed to providing the high-performance computing infrastructure for the National AI Lab. And I'm sure Ambassador Savadia will tell you more. But this is where he'll be putting his money in funding the AI Lab and purchasing this very, very expensive hardware that we need to have this AI Lab create all the new technologies that we aspire to have. We will have within the lab world-class instructors who will help us with coding and developing other innovative tools. And this partnership aligns perfectly with the UTech mission, a mission that aims to foster technological innovation and entrepreneurship. It builds on the foundation laid by another significant project between us and Amber, the Amber UTech Launchpad, which we launched last year with the aim of supporting 100 tech entrepreneurs. And so far, we have recently signed up the first cohort of tech startups, and they are currently incubated at our campus in Papine. And look out for the next call for startups to come and join that program. Some of you may have seen the pitch competitions on YouTube, and we will be having a new call fairly soon. So this latest collaboration, ladies and gentlemen, affirms the strengths of UTech's computing and engineering programs. Our Faculty of Engineering and Computing has consistently produced highly skilled graduates who are not only workforce ready, but innovation ready. Our programs are grounded in rigorous academic training, practical experience, and strong industry linkages. Only recently, the students in our computing programs were the champions of the Intellibus AI Hackathon. Champions out of a field of 600 competitors. So, to the employers out there, you know where to come when you're looking for your computer workforce, right? UTech Jamaica has a robust record also in entrepreneurship. We have one of the first and largest university-based business incubators, and we have supported over 300 startups. Today, I also want to acknowledge the deep appreciation that we have for the partnership we have with the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information. The ministry's commitment to progressive education policy and the integration of AI into our national curriculum aligns perfectly with the goals of this lab. And likewise, I want to also acknowledge our friends at heart, NSTA Trust, who we have been working with closely on skills and workforce development. So, as Jamaica's national STEM university, UTech is well positioned to serve as the host of this groundbreaking initiative. Our university offers the ideal environment to support this AI lab with the academic infrastructure, research capabilities, the institutional expertise required to sustain its growth. We are committed to fully integrating the lab in our teaching and research programs, ensuring our students and faculty remain at the forefront of AI innovation and continue to contribute meaningfully to national and regional development. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's milestone is only the beginning. We're laying the groundwork for Jamaica's future digital transformation. We thank you all for your presence here today and invite you to join us on this forward-thinking journey driven by knowledge, innovation, and collaboration. Welcome to the future of Jamaica. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for our president. So we want to now move to recognize Dr. Tanisha Eglinton, Managing Director of Heart NSTA Trust. It is my pleasure to introduce her. She's a distinguished educator, transformational leader, and in human capital development. Dr. Tanisha Eglinton is the Managing Director of the Heart NSTA Trust, Jamaica's leading human development agency. She has over 18 years of experience in leadership, policy implementation, organizational transformation, having served in the highest level of academia, government, and public service. Dr. Eglinton is a published author, a certified performance coach, and a sought-after keynote speaker, widely respected in her work in leadership, development, and institutional strengthening. She holds a PhD from the University of Saskatchewan, a law degree from the University of London, and is an alum of the Harvard Business School Executive Education Program. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Eglinton.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies. Senator Dr. the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, Minister of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information. Senator the Honorable Ambassador Audrey Marks, Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for efficiency, innovation, and digital transformation. We're happy to have with us Honorable Chief Justice Brian Sykes. We also have Ambassador Dushyant Savadia, founder and CEO of Amber Group, Dr. Kevin Blake, our Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Brown, we just heard from the President of the University of Technology, all members of the Heart team. How are you doing? I see you there in your breastplate of righteousness. Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. This is indeed an exciting time. Dr. Brown referred to it as revolutionary, and I really want to say that this is what Jamaica needs. You know, Jack Welch indicated, and we all know Jack Welch, he's the former CEO of General Electric, and he indicated that if the rate of change outside of an organization is greater than the rate of change inside the organization, then the end is near. And what that is demonstrating is that whether it be a business, a government agency, an educational body, it means that external environments, once those are evolving faster than the organizations we serve, we run the risk of becoming irrelevant, of becoming obsolete or outpaced. And Dr. Brown, we cannot afford that. And that is why we are so excited to be partnering with Amber to make this AI lab a reality. This partnership, this coalition, will guarantee that Jamaica seizes its rightful place in the global digital and technological landscape. Now, many transformation, and there are many transformation initiatives that falter due to inadequate support. And I want to tell this audience that this is not one of them. The Heart NSTA Trust has invested over $1 billion in equipment, in software, in immersive technologies over the past 3 years. And these resources fortify a new generation of training programs that integrate artificial intelligence, natural language processing, machine learning, and computer vision. We have expanded into emerging areas such as robotics, optoelectronics, virtual welding, digital construction, animation, and multimedia. This initiative equips the Trust to reform Jamaica's certification landscape. Because of this, we now offer job certificates, NC3 certification, City and Guild certification, and customized credentials, among others, all aligned with the evolving needs of the industry. Just 2 days ago, we're very, very proud to have properly equipped 2 labs in our Portmore Academy with all of the technology needed to advance artificial intelligence. The Trust actively leverages its partnership, or its membership rather, with WorldSkills International. And so we adopt the global program standards that align with the modern workforce expectations, because we understand that we cannot afford for the rate of change outside the organization to be greater than the rate of change inside the organization. And through initiatives such as WorldSkills capacity building centers, international training camps hosted right here in Jamaica, and collaborative program design, Jamaica remains at the forefront of skills revolution. And this is not talk, this is fact. This is the Caribbean destination that other European countries are looking to visit because of the kind of work that we are doing. We are the destination that other European countries are eager to partner with because of the quality that we are producing. We're also implementing emerging global standards in prompt engineering. Our Prime Minister announced that in his March debate. He repeated that at the Prime Minister's Youth Awards. And just yesterday, I got the confirmation that we will be ready to teach in September prompt engineering. This is the kind of work that we do at the Heart NSTA Trust. We're also implementing emerging global standards in Industry 4.0 smart technology, in industrial Internet of Things, in intelligent security systems, in 3D printing and design. These efforts reflect our commitment to creating training ecosystems that are highly prescriptive and AI integrated, fueling the industries of the future. And so the launch of the AI Lab, a collaboration between Amber Group Limited, the University of Technology Jamaica, and the Heart NSTA Trust, marks the next frontier. The lab is more than a facility. It will serve as a national resource hub for training, for research, and for the development of AI-based curricula. We are establishing faculty exchanges and laboratory sharing between Heart and UTech. So yes, Dr. Brown, we are friends. Fostering a seamless learning community. Staff from both institutions will benefit from advanced laboratories and collaborative research, constructing a pipeline of talent steeped in AI and data science. Our focus is firmly directed towards the future. The Trust is investing heavily in agriculture, in manufacturing, in IT networks, the service economy, and we will continue to do so over the next 5 years. We are constructing virtual academies, and we are upgrading our training management system to support real-time learning experiences, digital badging, and algorithm-driven data analytics, informing decision-making across various sectors. And so this is more than an initiative. It is a movement, one that is consistent with the mandate of the Heart NSTA Trust and the vision of our Prime Minister, to equip Jamaicans with the skills necessary to build, to decide, and to create the future that we require. So I conclude with a reminder credited to an anonymous author. A society becomes great when citizens plant trees in whose shades they will never sit. We are planting the trees of digital innovation and artificial intelligence today for a Jamaica that leads tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ingleton. Give her a round of applause once more. We are definitely excited to see what you have in store. So I'm happy that you mentioned that what we're doing here today, Dr. Ingleton, is what Jamaica needs. And speaking of needs, let's just take a moment to recognize the driving force behind this event, the Amber Group, a global technology powerhouse that stands at the forefront of digital transformation in Jamaica and globally. As the innovative minds behind a technology that we're unveiling today and the proud partner of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Amber Group exemplifies excellence in innovation, security, and growth. Let's give a round of applause for the Amber Group, the visionary sponsor of today's event.
It's important because it will assist us. It will keep.
Emerges a force, transforming lives globally. The Amber Group, starting from a humble office of just 200 square feet in 2015, Amber Group has grown into a global powerhouse, spanning over 13 businesses with offices around the world, serving clients in 100 countries. We are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The diversity of our team is what fuels the innovation. Imagine your vehicle safer and smarter with Amber Connect, the world's most advanced AI-powered vehicle tracking and fleet management system. Experience cutting-edge software development, crafting solutions across industries worldwide with Amber innovations. Fuel up with a new level of convenience with Amber Fuels. Make fast, secure, and seamless payments with Amber Pay. We empower the next generation, providing free world-class coding education through the Amber Academy. Nurturing the future of Jamaican entrepreneurship, committed to fund 100 startups in 1,000 days with Amber Launchpad. Take to the skies and discover unparalleled freedom with Amber Aviation. Discover the joy of exceptional rewards with Amber Rewards. Safeguard your digital world with Amber Cyber Eye. Pioneering IoT solutions with Amber IoT. Revolutionizing media with nationwide news network and Amber Radio. Effortlessly get a ride and feel safe and secure on the road with Amber On Time, the most secure taxi. We believe in the power of technology to uplift humanity, to make lives safer, easier, and more connected. Empower. Innovate. Inspire. Celebrating 9 years of innovation, passion, and commitment to humanity. Discover the Amber difference today.
Amber Group, more than a business, we built an organization to serve humanity.
From the heart.
All right, awesome. And so once more, I want you to turn your attention to the screen for a brief video that unveils the concept and the mission of the National AI Lab.
I think AI is important because it will assist us. It will take away the menial tasks, the little tasks that we don't want to bother with, and what it will enable us to do is think and innovate and be creative. It will give us a chance to use our brains more and work less.
And we can become better as a human race. We can adapt and create new technology, new things.
I believe Jamaican students will benefit from this lab.
A lot of students already don't have the necessary equipment they need to fully reach their full potential. So this AI lab will give them the final push that they need to elevate themselves.
My expectations for this AI lab It will provide a sense of community, not just for the AI students, but for the gaming students and all the other computing majors.
Yes, I think this AI lab is important.
We can come together learning more about AI and how we can assist not just us AI students, but anyone interested in learning more.
Every revolution starts small. One line of code, one curious mind, one island committed to forging its place in the tech world. Welcome to Jamaica's National AI Lab, where curiosity becomes capability and rewrites Jamaica's future. Here, students aren't just learning, they're transforming ideas into world-changing solutions. Climate models, safer roads, smarter classrooms, and beyond. Powered by the visionaries at the Amber Group and fueled by UTech, Part NSTA, and the Ministry of Education. The Caribbean's tech future isn't waiting to be imported, we're building it ourselves.
So big things are happening tonight. All right, so our next speaker is a man who doesn't just think outside the box. He reimagines the box, codes it into an app, puts it on a drone, and flies it across continents. Founder and CEO of a tech empire, enthusiastic pilot, and humanitarian trailblazer, he is the rare fusion of Elon's Musk disruption, Steve Jobs' precision, and a monk's inner calm. From Kingston to Dubai, his journey is powered by purpose. Whether he's training pilots, coding the next AI breakthrough, launching ventures, or leading meditations, he does it all with fierce integrity, infectious vision, and a heart wired to give back. His heart beats with Jamaica, and he's always there to help. At the pandemic's peak, he delivered Jam COVID in just 3 days, allowing thousands of Jamaicans to return home safely. And just recently, he channels that same urgency when the government needed help after Hurricane Beryl. Through stress-relieving breathing programs, he personally guided thousands of inmates and inner-city youth. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming a visionary Amber Group leader, Ambassador Dushyant Savadia.
What happened here? I feel safer behind those things. Good evening, everybody. No, you had lunch, right? Good evening. Okay, that sounds like... So the toughest part of every conversation that I make from the stage is the first part, and I'm going to go through that through a paper, okay? You know what that means. You don't want to miss any of the special guests here, right? So let me start by first welcoming all of you here. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for taking some time out for this very special occasion today, which is very close to my heart too. But in my acknowledgements, I want to acknowledge Senator Ambassador the Honorable Audrey Marks, Minister of Efficiency, Innovation and Digital Transformation. I know Minister Mark for many, many years. Her accomplishments in the business world have been outstanding. Everybody knows it, and what she did for us in Washington. Give her a big round of applause for being here with us. Senator Dr. the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information. I'm sure there are a few more things to add there. No, that's it. Ambassador Dushyant Savadia, founder and CEO of Amber Group. If you've seen him anywhere, please give my regards. Dr. Kevin Brown, President, University of Technology, Jamaica. I want to acknowledge Mr. Brian Sykes, Chief Justice of Jamaica. Thank you, sir, for staying back. I want to acknowledge Dr. Kevin Blake, Commissioner of Police. Thank you for staying back, sir. I know it's been a long day for you. Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, Managing Director, Heart Trust, NSTA. Other distinguished guests, CEOs, innovators, educators, and students. This is the hardest part. So, let's talk a little bit. Look, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on stage because I'm very stage shy. I get frightened for if I'm here more than 10 minutes, you will see sweating. So let me start with just acknowledging where AI is and where we are going. See, there's so much of noise about AI. You see one company recently, you might have seen in news, called themselves AI, came out to be an absolute nothing that they did AI at all. And there is just so much of noise, so much of conversations of AI, but where is the AI? Have you experienced in real life anything yourself right here in Jamaica? It's very difficult. Yes, ChatGPT is there and all. But when I'm talking about real use cases that can help our everyday life a lot more better than how we are. Now, AI, we know there is a conversational AI. You can have a conversation and do all those things. You have chat AI. Then you now have agent AIs. Agents can do a lot of things. We actually demonstrated in the JCF event before. Amber Connect launched its own AI modules this week. It's been a big AI week for Amber Group, actually. We launched our AI call bot, a call center bot of our own. That means as soon as there is an emergency in your vehicle, for example, if it is stolen, there is a device tamper, there is a collision, any situation which is of emergency to the vehicle, the calling agent, the call center agent, AI agent actually calls you on your phone and talks through to you what has happened with your vehicle and asks you what you want me to do. Would you like me to notify the security provider? Sure. Would you like me to disable the engine? Yes. It actually, we had about 45 people before almost out of South Africa who were managing the emergency alerts that were coming through to the call center. We actually don't need them anymore. We upgraded them all to start writing more AI content to train our AI models. We don't fire anybody. But it's changed. The life has changed. Now, when I used to handle about 1,000 calls a day or less than that with 45, 50 agents, now I can handle 1 million calls a day with one agent called AI agent. It's amazing how world is transforming itself in the age of AI. Now, we also know about agent AI. Everybody knows about it. You can have a sales call. I can actually make a sales call to you and sell you a whole product without a human. You won't even know it's not a human. We've delivered it for many companies. We have a lot of AI engineers in-house, so we are now building a lot of products for different companies. But where the world has already moved on, until last year, prompt engineering used to be the highest skill possible in AI. Today, prompt engineering became the basic skill in AI, absolutely basic. Like going to nursery, of course, it's still required. But now from AI agents, things have moved to agentic AI, if you've heard of it. So first we used to build one agent bot who will do one thing. But now imagine our capability to build multiple agents who will talk to each other. All of them are AI. Multiple agents talking to each other and performing a very large task by themselves. The intelligence share happening between multiple agents at the same time. That is agentic AI. The world has already moved from AI. AI is now old school. It's moved on to agentic AI. So what we wanted to do in Jamaica, not go back what was great last year. What was great last year, implementing now is too late. AI is moving at a speed you can't even imagine. In a year's time, I promise you, agentic AI will be old, outdated. So we need to keep up with tech. We need to keep up with where the world is going. And hence the AI lab was such an important thing for us to do here. And we are developing the curriculums. We are going to onboard 100 data analysts, engineers in Jamaica to start Jamaica's first proper AI lab to build agentic AI. Our ability in Jamaica to build multiple agents at the same time, talking to each other and creating a phenomenal large language module of Jamaica itself. And as you know, data privacy is a huge issue. Anything you put into ChatGPT becomes a part of a global data. And there's a lot of your sensitive data can go global. If you write a piece of code, deploy it inside ChatGPT for it to verify the code is correct or not, what happens next? If I'm building the similar code and I just say, I want this code, can you give it to me? It'll pick up your code and give it back to another person. Got it? And yes, if you pay the $200 subscription per month, then you can switch off not to train. But that's a lot of money for a common individual to pay every month, right? When your users might be a lot lesser. So how do we, in Jamaica, we protect our own data? How do we protect our cerebrum here? How do we protect our brains in Jamaica so it doesn't dilute into the world that everybody else have access to? That is why agentic AI is becoming the super fast. And it's not difficult to learn. That's the best part. If I can tell one engineer or anybody, of course with Heart, we've already graduated more than 500 students in the coding academy. 500 graduates, and guess where those graduates came from? It's amazing. These graduates came from just anywhere with no technical or coding background. In 1 year time, they learned how to code, they learned how to develop software, built a lot of software, got absorbed into big companies, including we had over 150 of those in my company for almost a year and a half as interns to train them further. Paid interns at 150,000 Jamaican a month start salary in 1 year's time. And these kids came from nowhere because for any development of AI or any development of data related matters, you need to be just logical. If I ask you, there is a basket of apple, 4 of them are rotten, 2 of them are very sour. How many can you actually eat? The answer is no. 4. Only 4 you can eat if 6 are spoiled, right? If you can give me that much, I can train you how to write codes. That's all it is. Because coding is just another language like Spanish and everything else. It's a language of the computer, right? But we have this big notion, oh my God, AI is this, AI is that. I tell you, there are so many tools available now, so easily to write large codes so fast. In our own business, we used to take about 1 whole day to write 3 APIs, 3-4 APIs with 8-10 engineers. Now, we take 10 minutes to write 20 APIs because we don't code. We dropped the actual manual coding in our own business dropped by almost 50%. That means I'm able to build any software 50% faster and 50% cheaper. It's incredible because we are only using AI tools to build all of these things. So just to give you a context of where AI is, so we have to be very careful. The world is moving so fast. By the time you make a decision that I want to do this, that is already old school and obsolete. And that is why we didn't want to wait. We want to start today. By September 1st, the National AI Lab will be up and running 100%. Now, there's another part of it, the Jamaica Learning Assistant. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to show you now will blow your mind, the utilization of AI in real life in front of your eyes. In fact, just this afternoon at JCF, we built, it's a very funny name, please laugh for it. We built Jamaica's first AI bot called Constable Smart. And we had a live demo of Constable Smart where Constable Smart answered any questions you ask around JCF, any legal questions you have. I asked a very complicated question that I've got 4 points on my license. If I get 4 more, how many points do I need to accrue that my license will get suspended? It broke it down and gave the whole details. So we built that for JCF Commissioner, how long was it? 3 weeks? How long did it take? About 3-4 weeks? 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, we built a large language module for JCF. Technologies move that fast. We can't sleep. We have to wake up and move that fast as the world is going. So what we're going to present to you is Jamaica Learning Assistant. This is the first AI education tool that ever has been built at this magnitude in the world. It does not exist anywhere. You can go research. We've done our competition analysis too. It does not exist what we've done for Jamaica. And this is for Jamaica. And I want to also give a special thanks. I have Ashish here. Ashish, if you can raise your hand quickly for me, he's backstage. Ashish belongs, now, a module of this size, I can't do it alone because I'm not an educator. Ashish is from California, from the California Silicon Beach. It's a huge company called Age of AI. Age of AI has already built phenomenal AI modules all over the world. One of the things we worked with them over the last 1 year with Minister Dixon is to build Jamaica's own learning assistant for children, for schools. We built a learning assistant that would allow children to learn in many ways with a voice tutor, and at the same time build something for the teachers so they can spend less time on deciding what to teach, scoring exams, and put more time to actually with the students. And then there is a whole school module where the school can see what's going on with every child and every teacher. And there is a government layer on top where the government can see what is happening in every school, every teacher, every child below. That is how we designed this fascinating product. And we called it Amber Score Excel. This is the, of course, it's built for Jamaica, but we're going to monetize it all over the world. In Jamaica, Amber Group is donating this to the government of Jamaica for its utilization. And I've had this philosophy for the last 10 years. We make money all over the world. This is home. And charity begins at? So if you can go back one slide, please. So I want to give you a quick understanding. What we are building is the world's first and most powerful curriculum-aligned agentic AI-driven platform to deliver gold standard education that's personal, affordable, and engaging. Our platform empowers students to learn the way they love, and teachers to teach smarter, institutions to drive real results across geographies, languages, and learning styles. We believe great learning should be adaptive, multimodal, and truly human-centered. With ethical AI at School Excel unlocks potential, not just performance, in every learner. Next slide, please. Oh, I have it, sorry. I forgot I have it in my pocket. Education deserves better than one size fits all. What is happening in classrooms today? A teacher goes inside, there are 40 students in the classroom. Are your 5 fingers the same? They're not. If our 5 fingers can't be same, how do you think 40 minds can be the same and can learn the same way? It's impossible, right? Absolutely impossible. Yet, we have a single delivery method which does not fit all. And hence, we have the challenges that we see in the society, not just in Jamaica, all over the world. So what did we do here? Learning needs more personalization and constant feedback. Today's AI edtech platforms deliver generic or low-quality responses. Heavy workload leaves teachers with little time for individualized support. No tools to track learning objectives and insights at scale. Fragmented tools leads to siloed data and non-coherent history. Clear? Are these not the real challenges in schools? Yes? Cool. Ooh. Why now? Why now? First, policy is finally catching up to vision. If you look at global equivalent standards of NEP 2020, which is called Ed 4.0 and Ed 5.0, is now pushing for AI integrated learning ecosystems. Like you have 4th industrial revolution, 5th industrial revolution. In the education world, they call it Ed 4.0, Ed 4.5. That is what the global standard is becoming. That the standards of the world is changing to Ed 4.0 or 5.0, which is pushing for AI integrated learning ecosystem. Second, EdTech 1.0 fatigue. That means generic content platforms have failed to deliver outcomes and retention. The interest of the child to learn from the same subject, same textbook, it's very hard for them to retain attention. Schools and students want context-aware, curriculum-mapped, and result-focused solutions. So we close that loop. AI is mature enough to scale with responsibility. See, even a year ago, AI used to be very expensive. It used to be very expensive. Now, AI has become so cheap, and it is becoming cheaper year by year. But having our own large language module in Jamaica, our cost for running a whole AI engine is going to be so fractional that you can afford to have your own LLM in your own computer in 3 years' time from now. So the way we designed it, the large language module's voice AI is now affordable, reliable, and customizable. When I say customizable, in the bot that we used for the police force, you saw Javanique, right, on the stage? It was Javanique's voice. So I can take any voice in this room and convert that voice into that. So let's say, for example, I'm a science teacher. So I can take my voice, give this voice to the AI tutor, and when the child goes home, the child is still learning from the same tutor, same voice, same understanding. Then distribution tailwinds are here. Smartphone penetration is very high. 2+ million smartphones in Jamaica already. Data is becoming cheaper and cheaper by time. The government of Jamaica has already done so much by giving tablets and laptops, and there's just so much of subsidization that has happened to become digital. So the digital asset barrier is also closing very fast. Yes, everybody has a smartphone. I mean, if the child doesn't have a smartphone, you will see the child playing with the dad's or mom's smartphone for quite some time, all the time. It's very interesting, the penetration is so fast. Modular, model-agnostic infra enables Core Excel to swap models, reduce cost, and avoid vendor lock-in. Human-in-the-loop systems, 98% accuracy. When you talk to any of our bot, it will understand. Guess what? We took 20 dialects of Patois. 20. If a child doesn't know how to speak English, we will teach them how to speak English now through the bot itself, because the way we designed the whole system, and I'll show you the actual working application. You have 10 more minutes for me, right? I just want to make sure you're not bored. We're good? Because I want to really show you the actual platform. So to summarize this, what I was saying is the way we did it, because we know Jamaica, a lot of children have difficulties to speak good English. It's all over the world. It's not just here. If you go to Latin America, they can barely speak. You go to India, you have the same problem. No matter where you go. So the way we designed the bot, first we took 20 dialects of Jamaica, 20 different Patois dialects, and trained the model to listen and understand what that means in English. It will repeat back in English to the child and ask the child to repeat back and correct the pronunciation. So not only we will teach them the topic, the subject, the matter, the content, but we'll also train them to be first-class English speakers too. So it's a whole revolution now with AI. I mean, I couldn't have done this 2 years ago. Now it's time. We have to use this tech to make it happen. And yeah, so we're going to go into the system itself. I'm going to show you. The system is 80% done. So the system is almost 80% ready for Jamaica. This is actually a live portal. It's actually live. It's built and ready. And we're polishing it up. We need another 20% odd work to do, but you will see some stats here. So what we have done first, the first thing that you will see here, this is the student dashboard. On the student dashboard, you will see how much time have they spent learning, how many courses they have, what's their test results, what's their course completion, what's their weekly report. It shows that the skill mastery levels. We're actually analyzing based on how they are performing on the system, their mastery levels, subject-wise score, because I've not done any exams, so I will pass my 6th grade tonight for sure. So that gives you that score. Then you also have pending assignments. What are my pending assignments that I've not done? When are they due and what is the time? What is your assessment progress? All the assessments you have. What is the overall engagement with the system of the learning? Now, in my video module, I'm at 6%, voice module is 0. So it gives you overall engagement of the child in the education itself in that topic. Then overall performance over time. This is very interesting, guys. This is something so new for the whole world. Personalized study recommendations. Guys, this is AI. So now I'm analyzing, the AI is analyzing in the background what really personalization study recommendations I can give based on how they answered questions, based on how they clicked, based on how they understood. It will start recommending what they need to improve on, one. Second, most importantly, how to relearn that in a different way which will catch their attention better. So for example, this is saying, based on your recent scores, we recommend reviewing photosynthesis in biology because we picked up from the back end, this kid is not understanding photosynthesis very well. And then we break it down further that maybe you tried this last time. Since you prefer visual learning, try the interactive diagrams available in the AI tutor. We are then giving him the recommendation or her the recommendation. What method of learning based on how you learn, what method you should use so you can actually get what photosynthesis is. Then we give the feedback summary, content alignment, learning style adaptation, progressive difficulty, and goals and milestones. Where are you? So you need to improve math grade. You are at 78%. There's some way to go. Okay, and then let's go to the learn module. How does the child learn? You will see that every child have a different pattern of learning. Some children are very good at visually learning. Yes? Many of them, they see it, they will remember. Visual connectors are better for them than any other method of connection. Then some children are very good with audio. They listen to something and they can remember that. They will keep that in their mind for longer. Some kids like reading, some kids like maps, some kids like animation. There are so many things and so many ways. So how do we teach them? So we decided to create 16, 17 methods of learning for the child. Whatever way you love the most, you use it. I want you to learn what I want you to learn. So when you open this page, the first thing, I picked up a 6th grade science. I picked up a topic. It will show you as a mind map first. This is the high level view, the bird's eye view. What is it that you need to learn in this? It shows you that much. And then you go into the core concept. In the core concept, it's your whole textbook, which gives you in details. Let's say the topic is properties of materials. It gives you density, what is density, but so simplified that the child can understand. And guess what? We got the curriculum outline. We wrote the entire textbook ourselves through AI, re-verified that with multiple publications around the world and in Jamaica, and got it verified from a science tutor if the AI has done it correctly or not. So it goes through a lot of layers of vetting to make sure that the content that is produced by the AI is thoroughly vetted. So this is your summary notes. How to remember, I mean, there are so many things, but I'm going to skip a few now. How to remember. So we're teaching the child how to remember this topic. Now, what did it do? Remember mnemonics as dots, density, opacity, strength, and magnetism. Why does a stone not float? Why does a balloon float in water? So it breaks it down to different ways that the child can remember that topic. Then we also have revision checklists. So once he's studied everything, it will actually curate the revision. What are the things that you must remember now? It's a whole revision checklist is now built in, shows you everything you need to remember, the misconceptions, the conclusions, etc., etc. Then there is a resource tab there. Now, what does this resource tab do? Do you know children go off track so fast if they have a digital asset in their hand? They'll move to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's very difficult to contain them. How about we bring all of that content that they're excited to go out and research for their studies right here? So we give you the link right there, and we turn it into a game. So if I want to understand density, okay, I turned it into a game straight away. I throw a wood log in water, the wood log floats. I throw a metal block in the water, metal block will sink for density. Stone, sink. Plastic ball, float. And then get the facts. So once he's played the game, it will make it understand from the game itself how all of this works. Isn't it amazing? Louder! Come on, guys. It's a lot of hard work. All right. Then we go into content. So let's say we pick 6th grade science, okay? Now in 6th grade science, we are also going to give them visual material. Play the sound, please.
Clarendon Primary, and the courtyard is buzzing. Why? Because it's Yard Science Day, a school fair like no other, where students become scientists, and every table is a test of material powers. At the center of it all, Mr. Bongo, the science teacher who turns lessons into full-blown game shows.
Step right up, young scientists. Win your property pass by beating all 4 challenge zones.
At the first station, Taj and Zuri crowd around a tub of water. Taj drops in a round calabash gourd. It bobs on the surface, then is stone. It sinks with a plop.
But the gourd big, why it float?
It's not size, it's density. Gourd full of air, stone full of mass.
Now, this is also AI generated. We did not do anything. We gave the prompts to the AI to build the entire video, convert it into a story so that the child can understand density. If the visual is the way the child can remember what to do. Got it? Isn't it amazing? That we now have video tutorials for children with a story to remind themselves or remember how best I remember. Well, I didn't finish school, so at some point, I think I'll use this to get my school through too. And then what we've done, you know, kids like reels these days, right? They like reels and stories, and they're part of that journey with us now, right? Yes? We also built reels for them too. Play it, please.
Materials safely protects your family and the environment. These symbols warn us of danger. Flame means flammable. Skull means poison. Corrosion burns skin.
So what this is really doing is because we were studying density, we are also giving children the option to choose how they want to remember. They can watch a video and learn it. We've also put audiobooks now. That means when they're in the bus.
Let's discuss why materials matter.
This is an audiobook.
Previously, you learned that.
Thank you. When they're in the transport, they're coming to school. How do we keep them engaged in the learning mode at all times? Because if they don't learn, until 18 is where you absorb the most knowledge. And if we use their time wisely everywhere, even if they're in the bus on their smartphone, they can actually continue studying because it's an audio podcast built into it for every subject, every topic. Right? Next. And then we also have, you will remember all of this. For every single thing, we built feeds. What feeds is doing, if I'm studying density, if there is any material on Facebook, any material in news, any current affairs that is connected with this, a boat sank somewhere, it is related to density. We actually pull all of those feeds from the internet and place it here for the child to learn about density again. So it also is pulling a lot of information so that they don't have to get distracted to go out and find them and waste their time there. And then, of course, it will also teach them about boats, buoyancy, density, all of those things, and then it will go back to the curriculum. From the same article, same third-party content that is somewhere else which is related to it, it will then join it back with how the topic is connected to their learning, their actual curriculum. Next, please. And then this is the best part. We've built all of these coaches. You can have a student council. You can have a communication coach. You can have an exam prep coach. During exams, children get fretted. They don't know how to. So we've also built an exam prep coach. So the AI can actually calm them down and make them understand not to be frightened and give them tools and tips and help them how to pass the exams. We have spelling coach, grammar coach, spelling coaches too. So the AI bot will ask, can you quickly spell this for me? And the child will say, matter is M-A-T-E-R. No, it is M-A-T-T-R. Let's continue. So what is happening also in schoolrooms, classrooms? Children get very frightened to ask questions. You know why? Because they feel if they ask a question, they might look stupid in front of their peers. So what do they want to do? They don't ask questions, and they hold that inside them. So what we've done is build some AI agent bots. When you have any clarifications to do, when you want to interact with your teacher and understand something that you couldn't, it will do this. So I'm going to test this bot now. Ashish, if you can load up a bot.
Is there something specific you'd like to talk about, or any?
Yes. What is density?
Density is a physical property of matter that measures how compact the substance is.
Give me a, no, explain density in a funny way.
Sure, let's put a fun twist on density.
Sorry, it's picking up a lot of background noise, that's why.
Sure thing. Let's add a dash of humor to our explanation of density.
Anyway, you got the point, right? So what it does, it actually interacts and answers questions the way the child would like to ask. But there are two dangerous things with AI too. It can hallucinate very fast, go out of context, and it can become toxic very fast too. So the way we designed it, that it stays within the curriculum no matter what. It is guardrailed that way. So that's another huge module. Then I want to, okay, you want to try another one? We've also built it in Patwa.
My name is Javanik Darby, and I'm the Yafi Guide. You're through the wonderful world of English language and literature upon the standard 6 syllabus. Let's get the learning vibes flowing. Wagwan. We can help you with your English today. You have any question or topic where you want to learn more about?
Tell me a joke on English.
Good job for take on English. What part of English you did the work on? Grammar, spelling, writing, or reading? Tell me where you need help with so I can give you the best support.
Okay, let me ask you a grammar question.
Sure thing. Give me your grammar question and me will help you clear it up quick and easy. What you want to know?
Is this okay to say, I am very hungry?
Yes, that sentence good. I am very hungry are the correct way if you tell somebody, say you're really hungry. It use the verb for show, present tense, and very to make the feeling stronger. You can use it anytime you want to express hunger clearly. You want me to give you more examples?
Can you tell me something about Shakespeare?
Sure. William Shakespeare was a famous English writer and poet from a long time ago. He write plenty plays and poems where people still love today, like Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet.
Give it a big round of applause.
Shakespeare used rich language.
Can you imagine, you can pause it please. Can you imagine in the power of our students now to have their personal friend, personal tutor, personal teacher, personal assistant at all times with them whenever they want to learn whatever they want to learn. And the way we've designed it, a 6th grade can go backward too and ask any question from grade 2. He might have come off from 5th to 6th, but he's still not clear of some certain concepts from 5th. And if he tries to access 5th in 6th grade in school, very difficult because the books are not there. Now, can you imagine, as a child, I can go back any grade. If I was not clear about something, I can go backward in my journey also of learning and relearn and come back to 6th grade in 5 minutes. Isn't it amazing? There's so much of thought that has gone through the entire system. The second piece of it I want to show quickly is, I will take only 3-4 minutes more. I promise you I'll get off the stage. We also built the teachers module. Now as teachers, as a teacher, what do? So it actually shows you the overall progress of your classroom. It shows you the student performance by distribution, by daily, monthly, weekly. It shows you all the recent assessment overviews, individual student alerts, intervention needed, resource engagement, statistics, go down please. And it also shows you feedback of results. How many have passed, failed, overdue, in progress, not started. Most brilliant learners. And then the maximum completions, minimum completion, highest ranked students, lowest ranked students, who are they, how many? It's just incredible amount of analytics that come for the teachers now to know exactly who to focus on and who can be just given a little bounce and who really needs to be dragged through the learning journey. On the left side, you will see there is a teach module. This is where they can actually curate their entire content, what they want to teach for the day. It will build PowerPoint presentations for them. It will build the entire day's activity for them, what they need to do in the classroom, including putting icebreakers. Teachers go in and start teaching. No, relax. Have some fun first, so the students can relax in their energy too. And so we also teach students with putting icebreakers for them. They can curate, they can do voice mentorship. So for example, if you go to the voice mentor, you know what it does? I as a teacher can record my own voice on the system, and every time somebody in 6th grade science is turning on the voice bot, will listen only my voice, because I am the 6th grade teacher. So I'm sending the teacher home for extra classes at no extra cost and no extra painful way to learn. And then we also have content, we have class management. Even teachers can create assessments right here. Their entire assessment, it will auto-generate everything, auto-mark everything. It's just a very simple way for the teachers. It'll cut down teachers' time by 50% in the classroom to focus directly on the well-being of the child versus trying to put together documents, what to teach, and score exams. And it's all there. Then the third layer of it we built on top is for the school itself. How, as a school, I can see what the teachers are doing and what my kids are doing in the entire school. So you have the entire count, you have current online users, overall engagement of the students and teachers both. Are the teachers engaged with the system? Are they curating content by themselves? Are they setting up lectures for themselves? Platform utilization, enrollment statistics, subject performance comparisons, student performance comparisons. We scroll down, assessment complete rate, top tutors. As a school, I can now tell you who are the top tutors, top voice coach, which child or which teacher is the most used voice bot inside the whole school. Top teachers. It actually brings together everything for the school. And then there is another layer on top, which is for the government itself to map like this for every single school. They can see from the bird's eye view what each school is doing. In the school, what each teacher is doing and each child is doing. This is what we have mapped for Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attention and time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dush. I see you're so enthusiastic we could be here all night, right? But there's the work and the passion that Dushyant shows. Thank you. So, please welcome a leader who is not only shaping Jamaica's digital future, but also redefining how we learn, work, and innovate. Senator the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, Minister of Education, Skills and Youth and Information, led initiatives like the National AI Task Force to craft strategies for integrating artificial intelligence across sectors. Now, as the Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, she continues to champion the integration of AI in education, ensuring that Jamaicans are equipped with skills needed for the future. Her commitment to leveraging technology for national development makes her a pivotal figure in the journey towards a smarter, more inclusive Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our Minister of Education, Senator Honorable Dana.
Good evening, everyone. I have to acknowledge some important people who are here, and they've all done a great job. Okay, maybe I turned it off. I have to acknowledge my colleague, Minister, Senator, the Honorable Ambassador Audrey Marks, Minister with responsibility for efficiency, innovation, and digital transformation, and she's representing the Prime Minister, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, who wanted to be here, but he wasn't able to be here with us this evening, and Ambassador Marks is obviously very much in tune with the technology area. This is her area, and I'm so glad that she is here. Ambassador Dushyant Savadia, founder and CEO of the Amber Group, the Honorable Brian Sykes, Chief Justice of Jamaica, Dr. Kevin Blake, Commissioner of Police, and every time I say that name, I say 43% reduction in murders. So thank you, Commissioner, as always. Dr. Kassan Troop, or Permanent Secretary in the best ministry, the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information. Dr. Kevin Brown, the President of the University of Technology, Jamaica, and also I saw Ali McNabb, the Pro-Chancellor of UTech. Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, the Managing Director of the Heart NSTA Trust, who you heard earlier, and the lovely people from the Heart NSTA Trust. Mr. Andrew Lee, the CEO of eLearning Jamaica, representatives of the education and technology sectors, public and private sector friends or dedicated educators, passionate students, members of the media, good evening again. And I'm happy. I'm a very, very happy person today. And I have to start by thanking our organizers and all our attendees that are here on this Friday evening. You could be elsewhere, but you're here talking about transformation. And I know that, what you heard from Dushyant is leaving some of you stunned because you're not thinking of that in Jamaica. And so I thank you for being a part of this moment where we're seeing what is possible in our country. And I have to thank you for being here again, because today is about unveiling a future, one that is intelligent, one that is inclusive, and one that is truly Jamaican. AI is absolutely key in anything that we're going to be doing in this country or in this world. Artificial intelligence is here, and we have to reckon with it. And I'm very glad to see members of the AI task force here. One of the first things I did when I became minister, my first cabinet submission, was to appoint an AI task force. And that was important because it was a signal of the government's commitment to taking Jamaica where it needed to go. So AI was becoming something that was being talked about a lot, and people were afraid of it. But we said as government that we have to be at the front of it. And so we established the AI task force, and I see Chris Record in the audience, who was the chair of the AI task force, and we gave them 12 months to do their report on Jamaica. And Dr. Ingleton, you were in that task force. You led one of the groups too. And they were a little late. They came in about 13 or 14 months, but they were good. And they gave a wonderful report on what, as a country, we needed to do in embracing artificial intelligence. I also remember in last year, September, I went to India. I was a part of the delegation of our Prime Minister. And Dushyant and I, on a Saturday morning, we went to an AI lab in India. And we looked and we said we needed to get this to Jamaica. And I remember looking at Dushyant and saying, we don't have any money, but you're going to do it, right, Dushyant? And he has done it. And you have to give him a round of applause for that. And I will say that I did try to get another tech-related entity to give us an AI lab in Jamaica because I felt that was necessary. And if you read the AI task force report, you see that it is important that our children have access to the latest technology. And so I asked another private sector partner, can you do an AI lab? I know you have money, I'll beg. And they said, we'll think about it, and then it just never worked. But the moment I said it to Dushyant, sitting there in Delhi, in an AI lab, he said, yes, I'll make it happen for you. And he hasn't only made it happen. The last meeting I had with Dushyant, and he described the AI lab, I said, this is not what we saw in Delhi. This is so much more. This is so much bigger. And he says, yes, we're going even bigger than what we saw. And this is the kind of vision we have to have for Jamaica. We can't just see ourselves as just a small player. We have to see ourselves as central in where the world is going. And so I thank Ambassador for that. Ambassador Dushyant, you've done a fantastic job with the AI lab, and I'm so happy that UTech and HEART are completely on board with supporting this vision for our children. And then, again, I got a call from Dushyant a few months ago, and this one was about the Jamaica Learning Assistant, the early days of it. We hadn't named it as yet. And so I'll tell you about that a little bit later. But we live in a time of enormous global transformation. Around the world, AI is being embedded in the way we shop, the way we work, the way we diagnose illnesses, and yes, the way we learn. Our children want to use AI. And I have to acknowledge the ministry and the PS. Our country is one of the first countries in the world to have an AI policy in education. What that meant is that we were saying to our educators, we were saying to our students and our children that we are not fearful of AI, and we want to use AI in our education sector, which is a powerful statement for us to make in Jamaica. And I applaud the ministry for making a statement like that. And so we've been working with our teachers and with our students in this regard. I remember UE telling me that they were doing a session on AI right after all the fanfare around ChatGPT. And they invited our teachers to come on to that platform, onto Zoom. And obviously it couldn't hold because the amount of teachers that wanted to know about AI was so much. Our teachers also want to be a part of the future, and they've been signaling that. And so what we're doing is working as hard as we can to ensure that we provide the tools that are necessary for them to be a part of this future. So last week, the Prime Minister, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, again reaffirmed that Jamaica must not and will not be left behind. We believe that Jamaica has the capacity to lead in AI, and tonight we declare our intention to do so. What we're unveiling here, the AI Lab and the Jamaica Learning Assistant, are not gimmicks or gadgets. They are foundational pillars of a new era in education. This is an era in which access to high-quality learning is not determined by income level or proximity to a quote-unquote brand-name school or innate ability to learn. One of the key things that Dushyant and I spoke about was this had to be free and available to every single child, irrespective of what school they went to. And so when you have, when we finally put it out there and the 20% that needs to be done is done, every single Jamaican child can use it. There's going to be no barrier to any child. And one of the things is it also levels the playing field. We know it. Some of our students have excellent teachers, especially in maths and science. They have excellent teachers. But in some other schools, the teachers aren't as excellent. Maybe they need a little bit more help in terms of delivering the content. They may not have had some of the exposure. And what we want to do is to level the playing field. So in what Ambassador Dushyant showed you, you saw where there are resources for the teachers. It means that every teacher can have access to the kind of information that will make their class come alive. And that's important because we are committed to making sure no child is left behind. And so we have to make sure all our teachers have the resources they need, and we have to make sure all our children have access to the resources they need. There are students in this country who are bright, curious, full of potential, and who go home every evening with questions they could not ask in class. They are passionate about learning, but have no after-school support. Many of them have no parents that they can go to and say, I learned this in science today, I didn't understand it, can you help me to explain? They also get homework that they may need help with. But what we have here tonight is an answer to the questions that these children would have. We're trying tonight to close that gap between those who have resources, who have parents at home that can help them, and those that don't. The Jamaica Learning Assistant will be a 24/7 AI-powered learning companion built for every student, as you heard, from primary through secondary. And as you heard, we said it needed to speak Patois, and Ambassador made it happen. Because we understand that we need to meet our children where they are and then bring them up. And so many of them, that's how they communicate. And so we have to acknowledge that and work with it. And it was in a few days. It was so funny. I met with Ambassador and we went through it, and then in a few days he comes back and he's like, listen to the Patois part of it now. And everything just went so very quickly. And I won't go through it today, but I wanted to just talk a little bit about what the Ministry of Education is doing in terms of incorporating more technology like what you saw tonight. We're not just adding technology, we are really rethinking education from the ground up. We're training our educators in AI literacy and digital pedagogies so they can guide students confidently through this new terrain. And a lot of work is going into training the teachers. And what makes me the most happy is when I go to a school and I see a teacher who is using the technology that we've put in the classroom, many of it provided by eLearning Jamaica, and eLearning, you're an important partner in our schools. And when I see that technology, I went to a school recently that was in an inner city community, and the teacher said to me, look how I use the technology. And she was able to use the interactive screen. She went and she pulled up all of her PowerPoints that she generates for her students. So every class she uses a PowerPoint, and you could see how she had done all of that wonderful work and was using the technology. I saw one teacher who was controlling everything from her phone. And it was just so beautiful. There's a lot of technology in our classrooms, and Jamaicans don't realize what's there. And so we have to work with our educators to help them to use that technology more. We're embedding coding and data reasoning into the school curriculum, starting at the primary level. And with the support of our partners in the education system and the private sector, we're strengthening digital infrastructure in schools across Jamaica, especially in our rural communities. The transformation of education is not truly transformation of education unless it reaches every Jamaican. And again, I have to thank Ambassador Savadia I call him Ambassador Dushyant, for the work that he has done in collaborating with us. And that day, I believe it was in December, when he called me, he said, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Working." I said, "I'm working." And he says, "You need to come by my office." And I said, "Why do I need to come by your office?" And he said, "I have someone here that I need you to meet." Ashish? And I said, "Okay, when I'm leaving the office, I'll stop by you on my way home." And I stopped there, and they talked about what was happening around the world and how different school systems were using AI. And Ambassador Dushyant said, "I think we can do this for Jamaica." And I said, again, "Ambassador, we have no money." And he said, "That's okay. We'll get it done." And he has gotten it done. And tonight is the proof of that. You are such an important partner to us, to all of us, to all of Jamaica in doing things like this. And I see Chief Justice here. He's telling you that the next one, you did the launch of the JCF Constable Smart, and then you're doing tonight's Jamaica Learning Assistance and the AI Lab. The next one will be the bot in relation to the court system, right? So he wants that to be next. And the thing is, we have the backbone, so everything else can happen. Ambassador did not hide the opportunity for our children. He didn't hide it behind a fee. He understands the long-term implications of transformation. Dushyant has said that these investments now guarantee Amber a better talent pool later. So he understands that in order for him to continue his business, our children have to be better educated, and he's putting his money where he thinks it matters. So on behalf of everyone, and especially my ministry, I want to thank you for believing in our children like this. I also want to say to everyone, this is an app, this is more of a platform that every single Jamaican should use. Our children should use it, our teachers should use it. It is extremely good, and we expect to see better outcomes for our children from doing this. And in terms of the lab is so, so important. I remember in 2023, I attended an AI hackathon. It was at UA. And they had tertiary and high school teams there competing to build the best AI solution for public policy challenges. And these children, these young people, had no AI lab to work in. They were using some open source data points, and they also were using technology that could be readily available online. But they wanted more, but they never had it. And so from then, we had on our list of to-dos an AI lab. And it is important that we provide this kind of opportunity for our young people, because we truly believe that Jamaica must be a place where every child knows how to code before they graduate high school, and now AI makes that much easier. Every classroom has AI-enabled support for differentiated learning. Every school has a computer lab and is connected to the national broadband network. Every teacher has the tools to personalize instruction. And every Jamaican, regardless of age, has access to digital lifelong learning pathways. Now, I said JLA, and we've all said JLAs are for our students. But a student does not have to be one that is in school. A student can be a 50-year-old who just wants to learn some more. The Jamaica Learning Assistant, yes, is built for those in school, but every single Jamaican can use it, and that is what is beautiful about it. So all of what I've said that we want to achieve are not just dreams. It is our plan. It's the government's plan. And tonight, we make a major step in that plan. Today is not the end of the plan. Tonight is just a new phase, the start of a new phase. Big things in education are coming. And I can't tell you them tonight, But there's some big things coming, and PS is smiling because she knows that they're coming. The easiest thing we could have done was to maintain the status quo. But easy does not result in transformation. The bravest thing we can do is to build something new. Transformation of education requires bravery. Tonight, we have chosen to be brave. We have chosen to leapfrog. What you have seen is not seen all over the world. This is unique to Jamaica and taking Jamaica to a different level. Tonight, we are choosing a better future for Jamaica. And we've chosen this future because Jamaica's young people deserve not just to be consumers of global technology, but to be the creators of it. And we choose this future because our children must be defined not by limits, but by limitless opportunity. And so, as we move on from tonight, I ask that all of you be ambassadors for the change we are doing in this country and the changes we're making to education using technology. I urge you, if you have an interest in this mission, if you have an interest in moving our children forward, come. We're here to listen to you. We are here to work with you, and the Ministry of Education will do whatever is necessary to support you in your work in delivering the best educational outcome for the children who so truly deserve it. Thank you.
Minister Maurice Dixon, we truly appreciate your leadership in ensuring that every student, young and old, here in Jamaica benefits from AI. And so, to frame the national significance of tonight's event, it is my pleasure to introduce the woman who is leading the charge to modernize government operations, streamline services, and foster a culture of innovation across the nation. Her commitment to enhancing public sector efficiency and embracing digital solutions is paving the way for a more agile and responsive government, ensuring that Jamaica remains competitive in the global digital economy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Senator, the Honorable Ambassador Audrey Marks, Minister of Efficiency, Innovation, and Digital Transformation. Give her a round of applause as she comes, please.
This is fine. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Can I ask you to just stand? Can I ask you to just take a deep, slow breath in on the count of 8. Hold your breath for the count of 8, and then exhale the count of 8. Thank you so much. Have a seat. Our host this evening, Ambassador Dushyant Savadia, was my first meditation teacher that told me about the power of the breath, and I wanted to just share that moment with you. He spoke about how it energizes your body and your mind, and I know we have had a long evening, so I wanted to just share that lesson and remind you, Ambassador, that I'm still a student of the power of the breath. Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Senator the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, otherwise known as my mentor, because you see, I came into the Senate in a bit of a rush. I flew in one day and I was there the next. And I remember on my first day, the Senate was in session, and a member of the opposition side came in late, but it's a very good friend. So I'm getting up to go and greet him. And Senator Morris Dixon said, if you cross that floor, you'd have joined the opposition. I had to sit right back down. And I found in this ministry that she's also the one who has set the trend and has done so much work in the foundation of our digital transformation that she really is my mentor. Thank you, Minister Morris Dixon. It's also a pleasure to see a very old friend, well, not old in age, old in years, our Chief Justice, the Honorable Brian Sykes. It has been a while, and I must share with you the pleasure of seeing you in person here, because I remember just a few months ago at the Organization of American States, the OAS, where there was a conversation, and one of the highlights that they made about Jamaica was something that you had been speaking on, and the progress we had made in our justice system, and the transparency that is being pushed in how the justice system works. So my commendation, and good to see you. Of course, I want to recognize also Commissioner of Police, and you know how much I want to recognize it, because 2 weeks ago, when we were getting our travel advisory upgraded to a level 2, one of the high points that we were able to make in our negotiation was the progress that we are making with our security situation in Jamaica. So you and your team, as they say in Jamaica, enough respect. You're putting us on a good path. Dr. Kevin Brown, my friend, Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, other distinguished guests, it's good to see you all here for this very important occasion. Let me begin by underscoring the critical role that artificial intelligence, AI, plays in shaping Jamaica's future. AI is no longer just a tool of convenience. It's a powerful driver of economic transformation, job creation, innovation, and global competitiveness. With the global AI market expected to reach nearly $3.6 trillion by 2034, Jamaica must position itself as a serious contender. We have the talent, infrastructure, and entrepreneurial spirit, and with partners like the Amber Group, we are taking concrete steps to build an AI-driven digital economy. And if done right, AI could become one of the most valuable export sectors. We can build solutions right here in Jamaica and deliver them to governments and businesses around the world. That is the power of digital transformation and AI. So we are pleased to join the Amber Group in this vision of AI. And I'm also pleased that we have made some good progress. One, the government vision and policy framework. To seize the opportunity AI offers, we must invest strategically in infrastructure, education, smart regulation, and innovation. And in 2023, you heard about the establishment of the AI task force, and my friend, the chairman, you did a great job, Chris. And we were very pleased to see that you had submitted a comprehensive policy recommendation to ensure a successful rollout of AI technologies. Second thing that the government is pushing is the AI and jobs reskilling for the future. There are valid concerns about job displacement, and Ambassador Dushyant, when you were talking about from 10 bots taking over what 1,000 persons used to do, that concern will become more real over time and with more understanding. But our research has shown that used properly, AI is here to empower, not replace people. As roles evolve, our focus must be on reskilling and upskilling our workforce, which is why I'm happy that the NSTA Trust is playing a vital role in this initiative. Congrats again, Dr. Global studies predict AI could contribute over $15 trillion to the global economy by 2030, with $1.2 trillion expected in Latin America and the Caribbean. AI-driven innovation can lead to the creation of new products, services, and business models. AI has therefore given Jamaica the grand opportunity to create innovative AI-based high-value products and services for both local and global markets. And you know, I thought I was excited to be coming home for the mangoes or the beach, and that is still so. But what I'm finding now is the environment has changed so much. Some of you would have heard me say over the last month that when I started trying to push the envelope in accepting technology 30 years ago, I was talking to a blank wall. It was all pushback. Up to 10 years ago, when Dushyant and I were talking about all kinds of innovation, there's still a pushback. And so it's most exciting to be here at a time, and let me quote what Dushyant said, policy is finally catching up with vision. So it's no longer a fight between the government and innovators. In fact, it's one of the things that I'm most pleased about, that my job that I was given is efficiency, and in the middle, innovation and digital transformation. So I'm in a place where I can actually support, encourage, and empower persons like I used to be 25 years ago when I had ideas and nowhere to turn. The government is now here to make sure this full support is in place for all our entrepreneurs and innovators in the digital space and beyond. So the third area. So Minister turned to education and upskilling. AI literacy must be integrated at every stage of the Jamaican education system. And I realize I don't have to go through that. You did just such a good job, and I see it happening. And so I just want to again say that I'm happy to note, endorse, and applaud the 4 transformative initiatives that are happening. Again, congratulations, Dushyant, on your team, and I was very happy also to see Ahish, who the last time I saw Ahish was in Boone, North Carolina. I went on a 1-week silence course. Who knows that you can stay 1 week without speaking? So you know those things that they say about women that we're always talking, it's not true. 1 week, no speaking, just in deep thought and reflection. And thank you. That was a great experience that I had with both you and Dushyant in just learning and improving my inner self. So I want to applaud the work that is being done in these 4 initiatives. The establishment of this landmark National AI Lab, the Jamaica Learning Assistant, and the Amber Trust NSTA Coding Academy, and the Amber UTech Launchpad. You have done a lot, Dushyant, in the 10 years that I've been away. I have a lot of catching up to do, but let me just take this platform to say congratulations, that I look forward to working with you and the Amber Group. And most important is that you haven't forgotten your roots in terms of being a humanitarian and a teacher of how we can become better persons in giving back to society and paying it forward. And that's ultimately what we are here to do. So let me conclude that as Minister of Efficiency, I want to highlight the fast pace at which this AI lab was conceptualized and made a reality for us to be here today. It took only 3 months from the Prime Minister's announcement in March 2025 for UTech, Heart, and the Amber Group to collaborate, design, and come to an agreement so that we can be here today for this phenomenal event. I'm hearing now, though, that they started an idea back in India last year, but how you have pushed it together is at the speed of thought, and I really commend that. And in a few months from today, the doors of the new academy will be opened, and AI-powered Jamaica Learning Assistant will be in the hands of our students. Big, big commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unprecedented speed. It is setting a bar for me to challenge. And we will continue to ensure that the government moves and gets things done, because the solutions to address the challenges we face are here now, and this is the time. So I commend the teams again from UTech, Heart, NSTA, Ministry of Education, all who work tirelessly in achieving this milestone. Let me thank you all and thank Amber for the pioneering work and unwavering commitment to national development. The investments in AI, the Internet of Learning, digital transformation continue to set the bar for innovation in Jamaica. With these collaborations, Jamaica is preparing our people for AI opportunities, which have the potential of transforming lives and bringing financial freedom and independence to many. So we embrace digital transformation, and the government remains steadfast in its mission to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, for that passionate speech. And we're now at the stage where we have the signing ceremony. We want to welcome the formal signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between UTech, HEART, NSTA Trust, Amber Group. So would the parties please join us on stage? And the table, could you take the table up first? And I'd like to also invite in this signing Dr. Kassan Troop, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education, and Mr. Christopher Record to just join us as well, Chair of the AI Task Force. So could you come up, please?
But while they are setting up Prince, I just have to say, I am excited. Are you?
I am over the moon.
Yeah, just to see that something like this will definitely transform education here in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm a part of it. Yeah. I'm really glad I'm a part of it. Yeah. So really big thanks to everyone who is a part of this initiative, the University of Technology, HEART NSTA Trust, the Amber Group, all those well-wishers. We are truly, truly happy that you're part of this initiative.
Definitely. As a teacher, I know that this is going to help us in the classroom. And I know it's going to change the landscape of education in Jamaica. And we are really trailblazers. And I think we're going to do well. So definitely. We're going to invite the parties up, please. Could you join us on stage?
And as we conclude, we want you all to remember that tonight marks the beginning of sustained collaboration and discovery.
So on behalf of all of our partners, thank you for witnessing this historic moment. Please feel free to test the Jamaica Learning Assistant at the station set up at the left, and continue networking. And join us as we propel Jamaica into the AI age. I'm going to ask Mr. Savadia to do a last word. Dushyant, to have a last word. So we're inviting the students to go to the back where they can test the Jamaica Learning Assistant at the station that we provide for you. And we thank you so much. We have some refreshment across there that you can have before you go. Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, and thanks for being here to witness a historic moment. Thank you so much. Have a good night.